The design mechanism. The makers of Mithras. Mithras is a registered trademark of the Design Mechanism Inc., used with permission. All rights reserved.
All rights reserved. Let me turn them on, otherwise they'll complain. Somebody needs to say something so I can make it. You all
Do I sound like a robot right now?
I thought you were all going to just be quiet on me, so I look like, right. Mr. Pickles, well done. You're in the right position.
Thank you.
Good job.
Good job. Hancock. I like that film. I like that. Good job. Let me move Captain up one to be underneath Pickles. And then, oh, Medivac's had enough. He's going. He looks spooky.
He's going to play with bubble wrap.
Off the charade.
He looked weird then because he looked like he didn't have any legs as he walked away. I thought, well, right, let me just adjust everybody so we're all in the right place. And then we are good to go. That looks good. Oh, he's back. Good. He's back. And
sorry, I was tidying a very small area of my desk by moving the plate.
oh, well done. Well, I just thought it was interesting because when you stood up and went away, you could only see like your top half of your body. You couldn't see because the cams sort of like blanked out everything else.
I don't have a
Yes. Well, I
just waft from room to room.
Can I say that I have real respect for post people. I don't know what they're called now. Are they called post deliverers or post?
Mailman?
I can't use the word man. Don't use the word.
Everybody else does.
Because mine's a woman.
Yeah, she's still a postman.
Is she still? Oh,
yeah, well, you can't discriminate. She might be a man.
Oh, yes, she might identify as a man.
Exactly.
Marky Mark said postal workers. I like that.
Oh,
That'll work.
Thank you for that. So that way none of us are canceled today.
On a bad day, we call going postal.
I was going to say, I remember that.
What? Going post? I don't know what.
Going postal, yeah.
You're going crazy if you go postal or murderous.
Really?
Happens in America, yeah.
Well, our post lady is not on the round today. There's a lad who I think is about 12. I swear he's about 12.
Cheaper labour.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I really thought they're just, somebody who failed their A levels, just bring them in for a few days.
How dare you? I'll show you my A levels.
But it must be hot. It must be hot walking around all day as a postal worker and delivering. And I saw somebody some have a big trolley in here. I don't know what it's like in the Americas, but some of them are sort of like, some of them have a van, and then some of them have a massive trolley.
A high capacity trolley, HCT.
Is that what? And then some people have a little like three-wheeler.
Yeah, it's a golf buggy, and the other ones have the vans, and they take that out.
I see. I just thought they hadn't, been promoted up to the big ones. And
no, that's your entry level.
Gosh.
You get promoted to your own round with your own van, and then you can just do your own thing.
Oh,
and, like I have my village I go around.
Oh, that's nice.
Lovely.
It must be nice with like a village because you'll know everybody and they'll give you presents at Christmas and things like that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been stood up at university all day with a fixed smile on my face. Hello, welcome. It's so nice to see you. So I'm ready for a bit of aggression tonight in this session. So be warned, I'm in the mood for some.
That's not good.
Is what,
Not
sorry?
good at all.
What did you say?
That's not good at all. That's not good for our characters.
I've been really excited about this session. I just hope you get to the exciting part. That's what I hope. That would be brilliant tonight if we
delay.
Yeah. Delay, Will Robinson. Delay.
Hammond gets curb stomped. Roll a d6, see how many teeth he loses.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to keep focus so I don't give too much away. Anyway, before I welcome everyone, it's lovely to have you along for tonight's session. We're going to be picking up straight up from where we left it last time with Hammond and Newman in the starship that appears to have crash landed on Electo 4 in the Electo system. There's fuel leaking out and they've gone inside, so nothing could possibly go wrong at this point. But before I go any further, I'm going to allow the players an opportunity to say who they are and who they are playing tonight. And tonight we are going to be starting with drumroll. Tickety Tex. Go for it, Tex.
I'm Tickety Tex. I play Io, the ship sensors and hacker. She's currently outside of the fuel leaking ship. However, I do not doubt she's still within blast range. So yeah, I'll pass it off to Medevac because he's not ready.
Unmute. Thank you. Why I order. I'm Medevac and I play James Minsk. He's the ship's captain in a sense. He's the more outspoken of the party. He tends to do a lot of negotiations and interactions, which is nice because my other character, Hazra, just tends to hit things.
Although you tried to make up for it with Minsk.
Basically he's very good at piloting ships, at doing sneaky shots with his little holdout blaster, and diplomacy in a sense. He can sweet talk and influence people very well. Perception, yeah, he's all right with that, but when he's got people who deal with sensors for him, why does he have to do it himself?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got a friend called or a contact called Jody Jacks, who's rescued us from the first planet we went to. And so he keeps her as a contact and plugs her for information when needed. And with that, I'm going to pass on to.
That sounded rude. Can I just say that sounded rude?
I wasn't paying attention. Hey everyone, I'm Captain Kangaroo. I am playing Arthur Hammond. He is the other nerdy guy.
Sorry, your mic went then. It came out
am I sound robotic?
Yeah, you came out like you said, my name is Captain Kangaroo. You sound all right now, though.
I just got my old computer back, but the internet's still poopy. All right. I might switch over to my computer or get closer to my Wi-Fi. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out still. He is the other nerd of the group. He's there for like creating things like engineering like new items and kind of jerry-rigging his way through all the little mishaps we get through. But he's he's just an older snapper that's just there. Cry about all the younger generation shows old men standing. From there, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Pickles.
Yeah, I finally get to go last. I'm Mr. Pickles. I play Zach Newman, which is our team's physical character.
He says at the orgy.
What?
I did hear it.
All I heard was something about an orgy.
I don't want to hear the rest.
Right, okay, we don't want to hear the rest.
Anyways, Zach Newman. He is the physical character of the group. He does a lot of anytime you need something like lifted or broken into, he's got the brawn, he's got the endurance. He also has been able to sneak items away quickly and quietly, like a grenade launcher, so that people can use those items in more effective ways. He doesn't really have much in the way of science. On the ship, he is really just the ship's gunner, so he's using the turrets. And when we're in person, he's inflicting damage. He uses a shotgun, so he is the damage output here, I think. Not really compared that to our sniper yet, but he also uses a revolver, stun baton, and he's increasing his unarmed skill so that even if we're all unarmed, we're not really. With that, I will pass it to our storyteller.
That's it. Nobody ever introduces Purdy. No one ever. Purdy is a medical robot that is currently up on the ship.
There's a reason for
that. she is there for Hammond. She will remember this next time you're dying. She's obviously deals with everything medical, but she's also has quite a good skill in politics, which the party gave her. So she does like to ramble on about politics a lot of the times. So before I give you a quick synopsis, can I please remind you, or please thank you so much for being along and supporting this stream tonight. We really do appreciate that. You can follow all our RPG content by going along to ko-fi.com/inwheels. The link's in the chat. There's all the past adventures goes up, and any YouTube shorts or anything like that goes up, that all goes over there. There also is an opportunity for you there to support the stream for as little as £1 sterling, and that helps us offset some of the costs to the stream, i.e. the Zoom. There are other tiered memberships there that you can participate in. This allows you to support your favorite player or favorite character by giving them hero or luck rolls. There's also an opportunity to have a look at the character sheets behind the scenes, gain access to the World Anvil site, which is where I store all the organization and all the notes for the campaign. And even you can have a look at my past adventure notes once we finish an adventure. Also, remember, if you're on the channel at the moment, thank you for being there, and subscribing to the channel or donating bits or hard-earned cash is also totally acceptable, and we really appreciate that. But please don't think it's all about the money. It's not at all. We also really like how you support us by being in the chat, hanging around, following us, and sharing the word, and also participating as we play. And we really do value your support and appreciate it greatly. So the party are on their first mission for a new circle, a new group, a new company called Project Nemesis. They've been recruited, and they have been contacted by the account agency, and money has been exchanged, and they're really on the way to be successful in this mission and meet the targets, the criteria that's been given to them. Mainly what has happened is that a fellow Project Nemesis ship should have returned back to the Sothis system. However, it went missing in the Alecto system, which is one jump away. The party went there last week and arrived in the system to find that there was a faint transponder code coming from Alecto 4, the fourth planet in the system. Unfortunately, this was also cloaked by a huge amount of electrical storms. As they dived down, the pilot Mintz managed to maneuver quite well, but did find a rather soft place to land and buried one of the landing pylons in it, which is going to take quite a thrust to get them out. They then found the ship that had crash landed. There is obviously some kind of fuel leak. The ground around it was wet. They also found small arms fire around the entrance of the door. And apart from that, the ships appeared to be on emergency lighting. Newman and Hammond ventured inside with Minsk and Io. I think you were hiding behind a rock, if I remember rightly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
it's
a very big rock with a door that says, yeah, we're here to be safe.
And we left it like that, just as Hammond and Newman ventured inside. with a successful brawn roll, they manage to open the inner door, and I will move you over to the scout ship. Now you should be able to see a nice red glow on it. Io and Minsk, you should just be seeing a black screen, because technically you're outside. Newman and Hammond, you should be able to see inside, if you could confirm that for me.
I can.
I can. I only see a circle, a red circle.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
so that's the emergency lighting that you're seeing.
Got it. Okay.
So the whole ship is
All right.
in like a glow at the moment, as you've walked in. So just for the people on the watching the stream, this is what Newman and Hammond see at the moment. They don't see the full map that you can actually see. They are familiar with the map. It'll be on your heads-up display because you're quite used to this sort of ship. So you'll know where doors lead, etc., etc. Okay, then. So you went in the first door. That was open, and then you forced open the inner door. Like I mentioned before, the ship seems to be in emergency power. Everything, there's a red glow about everything. Doors appear shut. And every now and again, just to add to the atmosphere, there's one of those hissing pipes that all sort of blows steam or vapor into the corridor. Just to remind you, you do notice that any panels on walls are flashing almost red. It seems that some alert was triggered. It could be almost like a red alert, but it does appear that ship is on emergency power and is shut down. And Newman, you are in the lead with your shotgun out. If you want me to tell you where doors lead to, just ask and I'll fill in that information for you. You should be able to move your tokens as well.
I think we already have a goal. We likely would want to get to the bridge.
Okay.
Isn't that where we could find any like errors, like codes or anything?
Yeah. So the entrance to the bridge. Oh, sorry. The entrance to the bridge is on that door there, that green one there.
I do have a question though. In the air, do I smell anything? Like, do I smell a rotting flesh or anything indicating dead bodies or anything like that?
Well, roll me a perception check. You might be able to smell a certain chemical that's in the air.
Or a certain plan of your brewing.
Yeah, there's you can't smell anything. If anything, the air seems to be a little bit stale past the second door, but you think mainly that's because everything's on emergency power. Remember, you detected no life forms on the ship at all. Yes, Newman, where would you like to go?
Let's go to the bridge, see if we can find anything about why it's crashed here.
Okay.
I'll make sure to have my blaster out just in case.
Yeah. So you move up to that doors. Can you both move? Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. And this is shut. So you need to roll me a brawn roll.
Alrighty.
Maybe you display some of that old man strength.
Oh, no problem.
Big strong man.
No problem at all. And yeah. There's a lot of
sorry, the arthritis.
There's a lot of straining behind you. You're not too sure what was going on there, but you open the door and you see that the whole bridge is in shutdown mode as well. You should be able to move into the bridge, not a problem. You do notice as you walk in, Newman, that the majority of the controls, the data, the display screens, etc., are just displaying one or two messages. They're either saying red alert or emergency life support. That's what they seem to be sort of like rotating through. It looks like somebody executed or established a red alert on the ship, but then the loss of power has meant, or the loss of something has meant, that red emergency lighting has come on. Probably the loss of fuel. That might be a major concern about it.
Hammond, is there anything you can do with this?
I can take a look at it, but I think really we're just here for the black box, getting out of here.
Do you know where to find that?
Any information from the ship will be stored on the ship's computer. If you want to look at logs, sensor logs will be on the sensor communication logs will be on the communication panels, so forth and so on.
Would this be the case that there's like hard drives we could take out, or would we need to take out the entire console?
You're probably better to try to hack into it rather than to start taking bits to bits. If red alert has been established, then it could be that a lot of systems are on, not rigged to explode, but set up to wipe data if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we shouldn't touch things.
There is the ship's, the captain's office as well, if you remember. That is just there. If you move slightly forward, you'll be able to see it. Yeah.
I'll go around and head into the captain's office.
Okay, so I'm just going to take your successful brawn roll from before and do it for all the doors up to this point. Okay. So you notice that this is, you force it open. It looks like somebody's left here in a hurry. There's various items on the desk that have been knocked over, like little ornaments and trophies and things like that. There's a data pad just thrown to the floor. It's screen up and it looks like it's been either stood on or bashed. The chairs are overturned and everything like that. Roll a... What do you have, like a forensic thing or anything like that? That you can identify scenes of crime, what might happen?
I don't.
Okay, so
I think the best I have is perception.
Okay, so give me a hard insight roll.
I also have insight pretty well. Psych. I'd like to use a point of luck to swap it to get a 28 if I can.
Brilliant. You don't think this is crash damage. You think there was some kind of a fight or some kind of disturbance. It looks like things have been knocked over. Either there's been a fight or somebody's been trying to get in or trying to get out or something like that. It's definitely not crash damage in this place.
Interesting. I want to grab that bashed data pad.
Yeah, by all means.
Put that in my inventory just in case.
Yeah.
I'll step out and relay that to Hammond and see what he's up to out here.
Hammond was going to be looking to see if there's any like blaster marks in the walls or anything, suggesting any fights.
Yeah, roll your perception.
See, I can perceive this or not. No.
Do you wish to look it?
Nah, no.
No. Okay.
I'll save my looks.
You sort of like have a look around. None of the sort of like the data areas, any of the consoles look damaged or anything like that, and the seats are in a normal position.
That rules out Jawas then.
Jawas.
Oh, I wish I'd thought of that. That would be... Was it sand people that walk in single file to...
Yes, to hide the numbers.
To hide the numbers, yeah. Newman and Hammond, you are in radio communication with the people outside. So Io and Minsk, you'll be hearing what they're saying and discussing. So feel free to add anything you want them to do.
I'm going to lean to Io and say, do you think it's worth you going in? Well, us going inside, and you can have a look at the computer.
It could be. If I screw up, then it'll erase all the data anyways. But it's worth a try.
Yeah, we don't know that. I mean,
Definitely worth
you're
a
good at your
try.
job, but definitely, yeah, we won't know unless we find it, unless we try.
So
Okay.
I'll run in.
Okay.
I'll follow too.
You can't do it remotely.
Not
that's a
when
good question.
not when something's on emergency shutdown.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was
the
thinking
Wi-Fi's
too.
down.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's down. It's like America. That's it now. The Wi-Fi is over and done. Right, I'm just putting you guys on. Now that you're all in there, I'm going to remove the dynamic lighting from the sheet. Please remember that you'll see all the compartments, etc. But please do not assume that anything is empty because you can't. It appears empty on the screen. But let's put you all in. So you should all now have views. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All doors are shut. But once anybody's got a successful brawn roll, then it's assumed that you can open it. Is this a bathroom here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I just
there's like two of them.
Oh, there's another one in medical.
Do you think in space we just like eject out in space all the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there only two?
But no shower.
A little fun fact about Traveler and Traveler's maps: the bathroom usually has a built-in shower overhead, so it's like you could take a shower while using the toilet at the same time.
No way.
That's kind of cool.
I've been in places.
How
that
else are you
like
supposed
that.
to do it? Yeah, how else are you supposed to do it? How else are you supposed to take a poop unless you're just constantly showering yourself?
I normally just go to the B-day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reverse gravity on the plane. What's it called on
It's both ways. It's you get shower on top, you get bidet on the bottom. It's called an escort sandwich.
Yes.
I don't want
Is
this.
it though?
I don't want this to be explained to me, please. We're just going to gloss over it. Is it, on a sailing ship, is the toilet called something else? Is it? I'm sure there's a Is it called the head or something?
No, it's a poop deck.
I knew. I'm sure it's called. What is a toilet called?
When it's not a toilet
on a ship.
This feels like the setup to a joke.
The head is the ship's toilet. The name derives from sailing ships in which the toilet area was for the regular sailors was placed at the head or the bow of the ship. So it was at the front, so it was at the head. And plurals.
Why would you put?
It actually gives me.
That's very silly. I feel like
it actually gives me the plural of head as well, which would you believe is heads. We couldn't work that one out. Okay, so you've got the bridge. You sorted the bridge out. Is there anywhere else you would like to go? Oh, Io, you want to get busy with the computers, yeah?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so you can move yourself in. It's one of these here for that. So we're going to have a conflict pool as you busy beaver away on this to see whether or not you can actually hack into it and gain access to everything. Once you've hacked into the computer, that will reveal communication logs and sensor logs at the same time. So you need to find the average of your intelligence and power?
I made sure to keep track of it and put it
Oh.
on my Google Doc sheet, so it's 16.
Well done. Okay,
Dang.
let me just put mine down. Yeah.
Someone's a powerful smarty pants.
Pickles knows I like making notes. I have pretty detailed ones, so.
No, I was talking about the
nice.
16 being the average.
Oh,
of
the 16.
your
Yeah, I have a really
intelligence
high
and
power.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have the same
Dang.
power between the both of them? Is it 16 on each?
I mean the pool for each of us?
No, is your intelligence and power the same?
No,
No,
they're
got
two different numbers. But my power is the higher one.
Nice. Oh, yes, yeah. I'm just missing a piece of information that I need. Okay, yeah. Okay, then. So what we're going to do, we will have a roll every 10 minutes while you're doing this. So Io do her roll, then the rest of you can do something else, and then we'll come back to. So if you would like to roll for me your computer skill.
Ooh.
We both fail unless you're looking or anything. So the first 10 minutes you're busy tapping away and there's no success. The rest of you, what would you like to do? Minsk, you're out in the corridor at the moment. Is there something you would like to do?
I'm just going to wander around and check rooms.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm going to open the doors though, but here we go. I'm going to try and open this door here.
Got you.
But
Come on.
It looks very, very stiff. So here we go. Clearly
yes.
Yes.
So we will assume during this 10 minutes that Minsk is going to look at these 4 rooms up here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to look at those. Hammond, what's going to be your plan? Engineering is right down here.
I'm gonna see if I can help. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I can go down and try to limit the fuel leak as much as I can.
So you can you just make a brawn roll for me? Because you haven't made one yet, I don't think.
Well, yeah. Not very strong.
Oh, you're killing the brawn rolls today. So you're down in engineering, okay, and you're going to be there checking what's going on there. Newman, what's going to be your plan?
I guess I'll go to the what is normally the medical room, I guess.
Yeah.
On our ship. This one. I want to see what they have there.
Okay. Brilliant. So Io, let's roll our computer skills again. I get a 9, so I've succeeded. But you get higher because it's an opposed roll, so you get the 17, so you're high. Mine's not a crit. So in which case you win, so you need to thank you.
Oh jeez.
Thank you. Oh, this might be some time. Okay then, let's just talk with the other people. So Minsk, these top things are like the staterooms of the 4 crew. If you remember, there was 4 crew that you've got the names for and everything like that. It looks like they left in a hurry. The rooms, none of the rooms look ransacked, but it looks as if things have been grabbed.
Personal possessions, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Very, very much so. It doesn't seem to be anything to do with the ship crash or anything like that. It physically looks like things were grabbed. You do notice that there are no weapons in these 4 rooms. So it looks like they'll probably have medium blasters on their belts, and none of those are there. There's also no sign of blood or nothing like that, no injury at all. Coming down, sorry, Minsky, is there anything you would like to ask?
Well, I'd probably have a look through any drawers, see if there's any diaries or personal or data pads.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
There's actually a data pad in each room. They seem to be locked. So as you probably thought, they're probably personal data pads rather than ship's data pads.
No, I'll take all 4. When I was free, I'll let him play with them.
Okay. Newman, just as you come down to medical, on the right, this is the ship's boat area, if you remember the ship's boat, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, the ship boat is in that. Okay. It's come off its own moorings, probably in the crash, and it's at a jaunty, a sideways angle, whacked up against the bay doors. So it looks like it shifted across and hit the bay doors. So the bay doors are actually you're not able to open them from the inside. The ship boat is blocking them. You also look like you can see that ship boat has probably taken some damage. There's nobody in it. It doesn't look like people were trying to take off or anything. You figured this is probably something to do with the crash. Medical, it seems to be more to do with the crash rather than anything else. So there's things on the floor that were probably on top, anything that could have spilled out when the ship landed rather abruptly on the planet are out of cupboards. Certain cupboards are open and things have fallen out. It doesn't look like it was ransacked. It just looks like landing caused some issues. And plus there's no one in the toilet. The toilet is vacant. Hammond, could you make a mechanic roll? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than, I always get that engineering mixed up, but I think it's mechanics, isn't it? Engineers.
I think they should change. In my opinion, I think they should change it to engineering, because engineering and
let's change it to
sci-fi.
engineer then. Let's change it to engineer. Let's just do it.
All right. Yeah.
Sounds like
Robot
a
enthusiasm.
But finally,
let's have this
I always thought that, right?
engineering roll then.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
right on the money.
That is the
That's
best
right.
roll ever. Okay, then I'm going to give you a little bit of extra information here. Okay, it does look like half the fuel has leaked out already. The ship does not appear to have sufficient fuel to actually take off in its current state. However, there's something else that you notice about the engines. It appears that most of them have got their electronic circuits fried. You remember this quite well. You think there might have been some kind of electromagnetic pulse or something that has fried.
Would I? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but no? Would I imagine that's from the storm we went through, like, or is that something that's done?
So you
like
realize
maliciously?
Most definitely maliciously. The storm wouldn't have caused internal systems to be fried this much. It looks like it could have even been done in space. And so the whole engine there's no power to it because of there's only emergency power. But even if you did put power to it, the drives, it would take an overhaul of the electronics in this place to actually get the ship up and running. And back up to you, Io. Let's have a. Yep, you win. 1d6.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh my gosh.
What the during my thing though,
for the
I'm gonna
rest
have my
of this
sensor drone
session, the rest of the rest of this session is just going to be
Just gonna be me and Adam.
Say again, sorry, Hammond.
No, you're fine. I'm gonna have my sensor drone around me and record what I'm saying about what my findings, so that way we can give it to our employers.
Which
they
drone
want
is
information of why this. Yeah.
Which drone is at the ship's boat?
The scouting drone should be with me.
Yeah. The scout drone is with you.
The
surveillance and surveillance drone or security drone?
But the scout drone was actually inside the ship.
Security drone.
Okay then. So so they're both he can your drone can hover near you and start recording. Minsk, is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I've checked these rooms. I've got these data pads. I'm going to go back up to the bridge.
Yeah,
and I'll probably have a shufty around the captain's.
Okay.
As well,
this is where you normally pilot the ship from.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a look at the piloting controls, then you can do. Okay.
Is there a flight? It's all turned off, isn't it? So there's been no flight.
Yeah. However, roll me a pilot skill. Oh, your rolls are on form tonight, people. This is oh yes.
That's right.
Okay, you do notice that this pilot station is not even on emergency power. It looks like it's literally been fried.
Oh.
It looks like it's as if. Well, roll me an insight, Minsk.
Certainly.
Insightful. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as if it might have been taken out. Hammond's probably been talking about the drive as well. It's probably been taken out at the same time. It would explain why the ship is on red alert. And
like it's almost been hit by an EMP or something like that.
Yeah.
Fried all the electrics.
Very much so. So yeah, that's what you have an exciting tour of. Minsk. Sorry, Newman.
Get to go
I'm not going to pill for a medical supply. I'll just go on to the next room and see if there's anything worth noting. I can't really align myself too correctly there, but you know what room I'm going for.
Are you going up the turret?
I was trying to look into this room, see if there's anything worth noting.
Okay, so that,
and then I'll go up to the turret.
If you press Alt and move your character, that allows you to go in between squares.
Okay, I was trying to put myself there. That's good enough.
Yeah. So this room seems to be some kind of communal room, where they have lunch and things like that. All the replicators, everything like that is shut down. It seems that the ship is concentrating all power on life support at the moment. It looks in here, there are things turned over and sort of like on the floor, but it looks more like crash damage rather than physical battles or anything. As you go up into the turret, what you do notice is that this is fried as well. It looks like their lasers were removed quite efficiently from the blast of the EMP or whatever. So it looks like this would take a huge amount of electronics to actually get it up and running.
Darn shame.
Anything
Darn
that you
shame.
want to ask?
This is like a standard. It's similar to the weapons that we have on our scout ship,
Yeah.
correct?
Exactly.
Okay. I'm Hammond. Do you think we could get some like not laser-based turrets? Something that, you know, maybe might not be taken out as easily with an EMP blast? Getting a bad feeling about this ship.
Where do you have a bad feeling about you? What do you want to use for the turret?
I'm just saying, if they could be taken out this easily, we can be taken out this
He's
easily.
talking about your ship.
Got it.
Our ship, yeah.
Well,
That's
the thing is
My
that
ship.
if we
yeah,
only
you
be
hear
able to
Mid
use
say, my ship.
due to how gravity works in space, if you were to use a projectile-based weapon, it would just be keep going. It would be very difficult to use in space.
It is
makes
possible
sense.
because you predict where the ship is going to be and then fire your missile
Yes.
along that line.
yeah.
But
And
it's
also the
possible
missile
I can
racks, you know.
configure. I could configure a secondary weapon system just in case an EMP blast were to happen. But if EMP blast happens, we're either stuck in space or we're crash landing anyways.
I'd just like to be able to take them out with us.
And
in
we're
that
back
case.
down to wrapping the ship in rubber.
Yeah.
There we go. That's how we're gonna do it. Insulate.
Hammond, you also have the cargo bay that's accessed via this thing. Somebody just said our first catch of the day, which is from Star Wars Hoth.
Star Wars, yes.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. Would you like to go down into the?
Yeah, I'll send my sentry drone up first.
Yeah,
my scouting drone.
The drone goes back and sends you pictures back through the red glow. There's no life forms or heat sources down here. There, it does look slightly weird. However, just looks like there was cargo here, but it's almost as if one side everything's been removed. Well, anything that looks of any value. So what seems to be only left on one side appears to be something like, you know, minor electronic parts or pieces of cabling or something like that. Any important stuff has gone. So any electronics boards, any food, any hydration packs, any vac tents that you have and anything like that, any medical supplies on one side, they've gone. But on the opposite side, they're still there. If that makes sense. So it looks like almost like one side has been rifled through, but the other side hasn't. And let's go back to Io, who's still fiddling with the computer.
Ooh.
You try to get a good roll so this doesn't last all night. It would be. Yeah, that's you win. You win. So 1d6. Please, not another one. Yes.
Yay! We're
making
almost
progress.
halfway there.
Okay. You're actually in. It only had 5 points. I just didn't realize it was going.
You didn't change it just because, did you?
No, I didn't. It only had 5 points on it.
I could have broken in the very first one.
You could have done, yeah. The reason for this is because it's part of Project Nemesis' system.
Oh, right. So it's okay.
So you're using commands, etc., that you would normally use on yours. Okay. There's some information that you can get from the computer system, and this includes the sensor logs and everything. Okay. The first thing that you find is almost like a progress report saying that the shielding had worked. Okay, that the shielding had worked. It seems to be computer generated at one point to say it's worked. The second thing that you notice from the computer logs is that everything was going absolutely fine until they jumped into the Electo system. Everything was going quite fine, actually, until they started to approach this planet. You're not too sure why they were approaching this planet at first, but then you notice that there's a report about an emergency stress beacon, them gaining a message from an emergency beacon, a transponder that they appeared to respond to. The sensor log also reveals shortly before this shield has been activated, that they revealed a presence of a small object, too small to be a ship. And this links back to what you experienced beforehand and picked up on your sensor log as you came
Right, before
down.
we went in the cloud.
Yeah. And the computer identifies it as a probe of some description. It doesn't say anything else. It appears that something happened shortly after that. The shield activated. Roll your insight, Io. Yeah, you suddenly start to put two to two together and you come up with something very strange. All the electronics on the ship appear to be fried, apart from the computer and the sensor bank. Any other place that electronics has happened, the piloting console, the engine room, the turret have all been fried, but this one hasn't. It's just been locked down.
I apologize if you told us in the last session, but did it look like the landing? Did it look like a crash landing, or that they purposely landed here?
It looks like
on the outside.
It was probably a controlled crash landing. It doesn't look like it plummeted head first. It looked like it's definitely, it hasn't landed properly, no matter what.
Okay.
You know. Io, you can relay that to everybody else if you wish.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, everything's fried, but the computers aren't fried.
You think this probably relates to that command, that activation of the shield?
Oh, that's a good point.
It might be that
might just to contain information so it doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah,
the shield was activated after the probe.
The probe, yeah, exactly. It was. Yeah.
We're lucky because I pinged the probe as we entered the atmosphere, but we didn't get any EMP blast.
Well, no, because we're in the shuttle. Our ship's in orbit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it still could have gone off.
I think we need another Purdy.
I think we need to maybe get to a safer location.
The other distress beacon is obviously a trap of sorts.
Yeah.
The other it was a signature of metal, probably a ship. It was a transponder ship. It wasn't an emergency beacon, the other one.
Okay.
But as you're discussing this, Io, you get a blip. It's coming up on the ship's sensors, but also on your own handheld sensor. There appears to be what appears to be 4 life forms of some description. They're disappearing as blips, coming towards the vehicle, towards the ship from the east. So if you remember when you're outside, it's just so sort of like coming from our ping, coming from this direction.
Okay, so they're looking to enter. Okay.
So I missed that from this side.
On the right.
Yeah.
From the right, yeah. Is that where our ship is?
No.
No, we
No,
came in
it's-
from this direction.
It
We came
was
from
off to the
left, didn't
left.
we?
Correct.
Thank God for that.
Hammond's
right.
So we have a
surveillance
security
drone.
drone there.
I would, but my first thought of this is opening up the outside door and chucking a match out. But this might be the crew of the ship.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
They're
Yeah,
about
doubt it.
500 meters away.
And can we get your
Right.
your sensor drone out, a scout drone out, as quick as possible?
Yeah, I can do that, Captain. We should probably get out of here, and before we get trapped in here.
Will I be able to tell the ETA of how quickly they arrive here?
You figure from your sensor logs that they seem to be almost like walking speed. They don't seem to be in vehicles or anything like that. The other thing that you do notice about these life forms is that they're not clustered together. There's like spread out.
So like in a searching formation type thing.
Yep.
Just who's staying in and who's going out?
Well, I think we've all stay in or we all go out. Simple as that. If we all go out, we head west.
leaving.
Yeah, I think if we get in a firefight within the ship, as if they hit the fuel,
Well,
we're
blow
done
themselves up.
for. Yeah, so let's create a perimeter and hide in the forest.
Or maybe pull back to our
Go
ship
from
for
there.
the time being.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me
slowly.
move you back outside. Can you see where you are now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they seem to be coming from this direction.
All right.
They definitely seem to be walking. They don't seem from what you roll your sensor roll, Io.
Oh, I'd like to re-roll that.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
nice. They definitely seem to be heading towards the ship. They seem to be nice from this closer range now because they're getting closer. They definitely seem to be humanoid. They don't seem to have any transponders or ID tags or anything like that, broadcasting or anything. They do seem to be almost like Newman. You see this as very much a combat approach.
Yeah.
I
think we know who these people are now. I mean, there's you guys said there was only a little bit of the supplies taken. If you're going out on an expedition to try and find something to repair your ship after it's crashed, you wouldn't take all your supplies. You just take some and come back later. You might have animals entering your ship, hence why we saw some shots on the outside, but not like it didn't feel like return fire. So it's likely that these humans are the only humans we're going to find, the crew.
Well, let's do this really quick. Let's create a perimeter just in case. Let's close the front doors at least. We don't care about the other doors. Just help me close the doors, and then let's hide behind the trees and see what we see.
So all internal doors.
Fuel. No, just close. Yeah, just close the front doors.
So the
one outer door.
The outer door. That's the one that was open when you arrived.
Ah, right. So we close.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get locked out of their vehicle.
And that's the one that you saw small arms fire round.
Let's just the one inner door, just the one inner door.
Yeah. So as
the one
you've
that
gone,
we had initially prior.
Yeah. So any doors inside would have immediately shut unless you want to prop them open in some way, because the emergency power will just automatically shut them to limit spread of fire, etc. So okay then. So tell me what you want to do. I'm just going to halt them from moving, and so you can just tell me.
Are they moving at a leisurely pace, or are they moving with a purpose?
Okay, so from Io's critical sensor roll, they definitely seem to be moving in a direction. The purpose is definitely coming towards this ship.
But what I'm trying to ascertain is, are they? When I walk very fast.
They're not walking fast at all.
When I casually walk, I walk quite slow.
They seem to be walking slow, but as Newman tells you, if they were approaching combat style,
it would be stealthy anyway. So it's more stealthy than
Well, all you know at the moment is that they're walking slow.
Yeah, it's not like they're rushing to get.
Yeah, they're not running or
not walking fast.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run over.
Swamp?
The whole area, the whole area is swampy.
You don't walk anywhere with purpose then.
So this is a tree. These are trees here and here. So these provide cover.
Are these hillocks?
These are all hillocks. All the raised ground provides cover, and of course the ship provides cover. But please remember the area around the ship is very soaky, is sodden because of the fuel leak.
I'm going to take out my big straw and lay on my back underwater.
If I can, I'm gonna try to trudge my way as fast as I can over to this tree and take out down here and take out my my sniper rifle.
Where's your drone going to be?
And we have pictures of what these people look like, right?
Yes, you do, and you also have biometric signatures of them. So
except they're not wearing any IDs.
No.
Which probably does tell you, where's Minx going? He keeps going off mile.
Minx just runs back to the ship. He's like, I can't do that.
You'll never take me alive.
So if these were Project Nemesis people, you would be expecting IO to pick up their biometric signs.
Right.
And there's not, unless they're shielding them or their communicator or their sensors person is masking them. All right, Hammond, you said you were going behind a tree, but I don't know which tree you're going behind.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were going to allow us to move that far. All right, this is the tree I want to get behind if I can.
Okay, then. So like here, so that's
and I want to take out my sniper.
Yeah. Okay, so be aware of your line of fire because remember, this is a hillock. This is Minsk. just so you know, you're taking cover behind that tree, Minsk?
I am, but I've got my binoculars out because I want to see if I can get a look of who's coming through the trees.
Okay, then.
And see facial recognition. They may have lost their ID. We don't know.
Okay, then.
So
and so let's just find out where Newman and Io going. They seem to be convorting behind the top tree here. So just to remind you, this area here is where the fuel leak is.
Okay.
I like the smell.
Okay. So
this tree right here, I'm gonna have my surveillance drone.
Okay, let's get that on because otherwise I am going to forget it.
Put that cigar out.
Never have it hide there.
I'm sure that we have a drone. Oh, actually, I've got some new drone. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here's yours.
I thought it said nude then.
Yeah, it's a rude one.
Yeah, that works out.
That's yours.
It's just floating circuits.
Yeah. You've also got another one. You've also got this one, which looks very combat like, if you can see that one. But we'll have that one.
That's actually probably similar to. Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Yeah. So I just need to know up at the top here. Are both Newman and Io taking cover behind the tree trunk, which is right in the middle there?
Yeah, sure.
Would I be presumably able to? Oh, okay. If you're going, I was going to say if I could go around the top, that might be more effective. But I guess we'll do it like that.
Okay.
I can kind of peek out and get a view of over here.
Yeah,
and maybe a little bit over here.
that's cool. Okay, so just be aware of your line of sight, people. Also, remember now that the ruler, if you click on the measure, you have some more options. I don't know if you can see that. So it will actually say how many meters as you scroll out. Can you see that?
Mm.
Which I think is really nice. The line also changes. So you can make circles or you can make cones to fire out and things like that. There is one that says broadcast to others. Who's just done that? There is one that says broadcast for others. Can you see that little option? So if you turn that off, it won't come up on my screen as you're measuring or anybody else's screen. It just comes up onto yours. So if you want to turn broadcast to others off while making parallelograms, no, well, it's not, it's trapezium, but you can do that. Okay, also use it for line of sight as well as we come across. Okay, then. Will you click that button, broadcast to others off? Because all I can see, is a whole load of or I'll ban the tool. It's your decision. You either use the tool correctly or you're getting it's getting banned.
Reminds me, I was at school, I had a musical calculator and again.
Mine's bigger.
Ode to Joy on it.
Oh.
That's how you sounded like just then.
Okay.
Put it away.
Minsk, can you roll for me a perception check? This is going to be at easy because you got your binoculars out.
And what I'll do is I will use
you can't even do it at easy.
No, I tell you what.
Turn the binoculars around.
Yeah. Oh, wrong way. They're really far away.
Minsk is saying they're miles away.
Yeah. I've just reversed it. So hard.
Okay, then. These do not look like crew members. Okay.
I will.
So hang on, I'm going to tell you what they look like.
All right.
They look a bit like they look like mercenaries, but they don't look like they've got very good gear. It looks like everything sort of like meshed together. It's definitely not the 4 people that you are looking for at all. Definitely.
So what you're saying is these are not the people we are looking for.
These are not the people you were looking for. Now, just to let you know, I'm going to reveal them in a second.
Are they armed as well?
Yeah, good question. Let me just get them on.
They definitely have 2 arms from what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
are they legged?
They definitely have 2.
One's missing one at the half.
He's disarmed.
And he's replaced it with a teaspoon.
Hang on. What's the title of this? This is when they die. Yep, that's one. Okay, then. Yeah. So they appear to be wearing, let me just, it tells me what I need to click these onto here.
The clothes is very mismatched and they look terrible. That's what they're wearing.
They appear to be armed with. That's what you asked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What are they?
I'll be relaying this information over comms. Anything I see.
If I tell you that they have a combat style called Blaster Not on Stun. that might give you a good indication of what they have. They seem to be.
If they're friends or foes?
Yeah. The other thing that you notice straight away, they appear to have some kind of armor on as well. They are.
Is that like a Frankenstein mess as well?
Yeah. It looks quite workable. It doesn't look like. You might be able to find gaps in it to bypass armor with your special. I'm going to put them on. But don't worry about where they are at the present moment in time. So don't start using your measure tool to work out where they are or how far away they are. Okay. I just need to move this big thing over here because nobody's looking in that direction. Right, so they're coming straight towards. You do notice that they seem to know where the ship is, and they're definitely coming. They have their blaster. I think they've got. Let me just make sure what they've got. Yes, they've got their medium blasters out. And they don't look like they're expecting trouble, but if anything, they look well trained. And at that point, I would like to have some initiative from everyone.
I bet you would.
Just wait 1 second till I clear the initiative order. Okay, so if you don't forget to click on your character and then roll initiative, which should be.
I miss
That's
being
right.
the rabbit. I rolled a 1 with my bonus for a 12.
Minsk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Minsk. What's
fancy
your initiative bonus?
Is 13.
Okay, I go first.
No.
15, 13. What's Zach doing? What's Mr. Newman doing?
I rolled a 1 and my bonus is an 11.
What? Let's just change because I think currently it's saying.
Thing is, I'd rather Newman go last anyway, and you can see what's actually happening.
That's true.
I'm just going to.
But I still miss being the rabbit.
Yeah.
Always first.
Let me just check. Where is it picking text up from on IOs? Because it should come up as IO on the turn order. Why is it coming up text? Oh, no
idea.
That all looks absolutely fine. So I'll look at that later. Okay, so they are going to be moving in. So the only thing that I would like to know is that you guys will have a round with them because they are going to be surprised whatever you do. Obviously, determining what happens first. So, for example, if Hammond fires out his sniper rifle at medium range or short range, but it's like 200 meters away, they're about 400. There were 500 when you first got them, and they're about 400 meters away at this moment for range brackets. Okay, if whoever starts at first, then that will be the range that they the surprise is lost, if that makes sense. So, for example, if Hammond fires at 400 meters away, unless anybody else can fire at that range, nothing else will happen, and then the next will go up to turn order and start coming down turn order. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay, then.
Yep.
So all I need to know, because you're going to have surprise, so we're not going on the turn order, is Minsk, you've picked them up and communicated this to everyone. And so it depends who would like to take an action. They're 400 meters away. All your weapons should have 3 numbers. So like 400, 500, 600. So that is short, medium, and long. Remember, choose location can only be used in short range. And that's why sniper rifles are so good, because they have a short range of a huge amount. Okay, so yeah, tell me.
I'm going to put my binoculars away, and I'm going to do my little reflex that my little palm blaster then comes into my hand.
Okay, yeah, got you. I'm just going to put some numbers on these so you can see what numbers each one is. Can you see those all right?
Yeah.
So rather than, because they're all actually the same token, so you can say, I want to fire at number 4 or whatever. So yeah, so I presume means your binoculars away, palm pistol out, ready to
hunkering down.
Yeah,
hunkering
down.
Hidden,
okay,
my range is like
10.
Yeah, 5 actually.
Your short ranges. What's your max range?
My maximum is 90, but I would never ever risk a shot at 90.
Yeah, you're going to hit. You're going to miss it.
Yeah.
Io, you're up at the top. What would you like to do?
Do
pull out my needle gun and just wait.
Okay. So your
needle gun.
Needle gun is out, and that's loaded with what?
Don't I only have sedatives?
All right. Yeah, got you. I didn't know whether or not, because you can have other narcotics with it as well, but it's got sedatives in at the moment. That's fine. Newman, you're next.
Yeah, I mean, I have my shotgun out, and I'm not going to act until they're like 100 meters away tops.
100 meters. Okay, then.
But even then, if nobody else is acting at 100 meters, I'll wait till 20.
Okay. Hammond.
Hammond's gonna play nice, and he's going to let them get a little closer, mostly because at this point they have a lot of cover, but as they get closer, there's going to be a lot more open space for them to be picked off. So he's going to wait, but he's definitely going to monitor 4. If 4 gets too close and sees Minsk, Hammond will help out.
Okay, then. So let me say to you, and if anybody wants to act before this, I'm going to put them on the edge of the map then, as like so. Does that make sense? So you'll be able to work out your ranges from there. So 20 minutes, yeah, will be a lot closer than that. Does anybody wish to operate at this distance? No? You're happy for them to move a little bit closer?
Sorry, what distance were they? Sorry, I was talking to the boy. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. If you you can. So this top one is about 28 meters away from you, and this bottom one's about 27 meters away from you. You're the closest person.
I am.
Yeah, which I thought was very brave. I have to say.
Well, to be fair, I thought they're coming from like up here.
If they're not expecting combat, do we want to try to talk to them first?
That's what I'm kind of wondering.
You have a sniper on your back?
And a shotgun sniper.
I'm going to... How fast are they walking? Will they cover 10 meters by the next turn?
If you want to do something, tell me what you want to do, and then we can... I'm quite happy to halt them there if you want to do something.
Don't really want to shout out because I give my position away. Right. Okay. No, bugger it. You're right. Let's have a conflab with them. Although they seem to be just.
We're always just killing people. Maybe we should try talking for once.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think these are the people, the quote unquote inhabitants of this planet, because they have no transponders, no IDs.
Well, they could have crashed earlier.
They have makeshift armor, so either they're also crash landed or they're the quote unquote inhabitants of this planet.
Yeah.
and only have what people have crashed with.
And eat the people that crash.
Cannibals.
Yay. Right, I'm going to retract my palm blaster.
Yeah. You can shout from cover if you wish.
I'm going to shout from cover, but I'm still going to retract my palm blaster.
Yeah.
But please don't come any closer. I'm unarmed.
Okay, so it's half past, so roll your influence skill.
Critical.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so you announce this, and all 4 people take up immediately defensive actions. Newman, you see them move, and they look well versed in this. They almost like move with pros, for want of a better word. So this guy here comes to this tree. This one takes cover here. This one takes cover there. And that one take cover there. You also, they seem to be a defensive cover, but they have got weapons out. And it looks like they're ready to party.
Party.
Minsk, I'm just going to roll. My perception for them is 32.
Critical.
Okay, so they heard you, but luckily they didn't locate you.
I'll help it by putting my 2 empty hands out from the side. Look, I'm over here
with a handkerchief on them.
Yeah.
So they heard
I nearly
you.
survived with the crash. I ate the others.
Nom nom. Right, let's take our break, and when we come back, we will be starting off straight at the top of the round. They will go first, and then it'll be you, Minsk. Okay, people, we're going to take a quick 15-minute break. We'll be back here at 1:45, so make sure you go off, stretch your legs, grab some snacks. There looks like there's going to be some firing and some combat, so do come back.
Well, you don't give it away.
We'll see.
Gone, all right, mate, you got no weapons? Oh, come and join our group.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I'd thought about that. Yes, that's going to happen.
Maybe they're lonely. Want to join a club?
Yeah, we're mechanics. We've come to help you fix your ship.
While we're away, just type in the chat whether or not you want friendly discussion or combat. You know, I'm not going to go with what they say, but I just think it'd be interesting. So, right, we're going to take a quick 15 minutes break. We'll be back at 1:45.
Oh.
And then
I've discovered that if I change the size of my Discord window, it then changed all my camera sizes.
It does.
Yeah.
So, and that's interesting because when I open Zoom, I have to make sure that I have the participants window open as well. Because if I don't, all your cameras are the wrong size.
Yeah.
Because it is a nightmare. Actually, a nightmare. Okay, now I need to just move all this across slightly. Welcome back. Darth says, welcome back to you all. And,
thank you. We're dead men walking.
And also said it was
and
nice.
Ladies.
It was nice knowing you. Somebody else has said, what are your next characters going to be like? No, they're not actually. Okay, so just to remind you about certain things. So while you're currently having the action of take cover, remember that your arm that you're firing with and your head can be targeted in when you're taking cover. If they can't choose location, i.e. they're not at short range, then they roll a d20 to see where they hit. Your tree trunks are actually providing you with 6 armor points. So, for example, if I fired at you and got your chest and did 4 points of damage, then the tree would actually take that damage because you're behind it. Okay? If you want to have nothing showing at all, then you would use the special duck down or duck back, whatever it's called. So that means you fire and then you completely remove yourself. Okay, so you're not sort of like coming out to fire again or anything like that. You're completely behind it. Of course, if you are ducked down, if they're moving, you do not know where they've moved to until you come up again to fire. But I'll keep you in order with that, so don't worry. Okay,
reminds
then.
me of a song I once heard. Hammond was a sniper heading in the woods. Thought he was really safe.
Get down.
Get back.
Okay, then. So they all die for cover on their 17. Okay, so that you also hear weapons are readied. They seem not to be firing, mainly because they don't actually know where you are. Okay, so they haven't picked up anybody yet at all. And Minsk, you did your perception enough so they don't know where you are, even though somebody's very close to you. Okay, so that's their 17. So Minsk, you're up on 17. What would you like to do?
I'm going to stay behind the tree using duck back.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say I'm unarmed. Just I've crashed on this planet.
Got you. And Hammond.
Hammond's gonna see if he can get access to this one, number 4. Maybe he can get him in the line of sight or not.
So he's taken cover, so you can hit him, and just as the same as he can hit you from that distance. He's a total of so like 55 meters away.
All right, I was going to keep an eye on him, hopefully not to expose myself too much to where he can really see me, but I just want to see if I can monitor his move and wait for if what the game plan is at this point.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ready my action.
Within this distance, am I able to get readings on their weapons to try and hack their weapons?
So their weapons do not contain any electronics at this point. If they had smart gun links in, you could try to hack the communication. If they have communications going, that's something that you could do.
Yeah, I might as well do something.
I'm assuming you're ducked down at the moment, so you're not sort of like sticking out or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be sticking out whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, then. So you want to start to try to hack in their communications, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then. Roll your comm skill.
I'll also relay that to the rest of the group that they appear to have ballistics, not laser weapons.
They have blasters, sorry.
Oh, okay. Well then, okay.
Never mind. Yeah, so roll your comms.
Yeah, if you think of a blaster is literally like a ballistic weapon, but it's going to charge a battery pack rather than.
Okay, we both succeed, but you have the higher roll. So you need to roll a 1d6 for me.
But it's a 1.
Don't say that. Nope, he's up on the 3s now. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's good. So they do have communication systems open. You've located them and you're trying to jam them. So via the new rules I've put in, you'll be able to do that every turn. So you'll still have another action on the next round. And that takes us to you, Newman, on 12.
Yeah, I want to keep my line of sight mostly. I want to block, or I want to be able to stop them if they start marching around here, like to around the top of let me ping. That's not how you ping. I'm trying to keep my gun aimed down here, so if they cross those areas where they wouldn't have cover to get a better angle on Minsk, that I might be able to blast.
Okay, so this then takes us
sort of where I am already, I think.
Yeah, you're covering that. So this takes us up to round. That's the first round gone. So this is still round 1. Sorry, this is turn 2. So this will be your second lot of combat action points. Remember, if you don't use a combat action point in the turn, then you just lose it. So I know that everybody's got 1 left now. Okay, Minsk, you hear something actually from this guy over here. Okay, and he shouts out to you. He seems to be, he says it in a very professional way. He doesn't sound nervous or anything like that. And he says, you need to put your weapons, throw your weapons out and come out in the open so we can see you. And that's what he says, but some other things happen. Hammond, could you make a perception check for me, please?
Yes. Hypothetically, yes. Give me a sec. Get back my character sheet.
Yeah, you don't notice anything at all unless you want to look it.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch that up a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do a reverse.
So you notice this guy here changes his position from this side of the tree where he was firing beforehand. He comes around to the other side of the tree. You think it almost like looks as if he's trying to outflank you by going round the other way. Newman, you notice that this guy here, runs and takes up cover behind that hillock with his blaster over the top of it. And this guy seems to move more down towards you, Minsk. It definitely looks like, actually, he doesn't. Sorry, he moves to cover behind this tree. Newman, you get the same feeling that it's almost as if they're delaying. It sounds as if they're talking, but actually moving at the same time. That's them over and done with on 17. That's their movement and action done. So they still have actions for, that's a third of their movement, so they can still take a reactive action. Minsk, we're on you on 17.
I'm gonna shout. I don't have any weapons to throw out.
Okay.
I told you I'm unarmed.
Sorry, Captain. I'm not gonna.
You don't need to apologize to the captain. He just shot somebody in the head last adventure.
Okay. Yeah. If I can, I'm gonna try to shoot number 4.
Okay. Yeah. So, what are you shooting with?
My sniper rifle.
Okay, so it's 50 meters away, so that'll probably come into your short range. Yeah.
Yeah, what does that mean? Short range in ranges? What do you think the rolls or anything like that?
Well, within short range, you can use the combat special or choose location. Otherwise, if you're in medium or long, you can only use it if it's a critical.
Have you got a suppressor on?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool.
So roll your no. Combat skill as the first shot are fired. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. I forgot you had demolitions, actually. Nice. So that fires out. He will use his reaction to obviously to take cover as you fire out at him. Let me just call up their sheets because I got about 5 sheets. Take cover, remember, is done on evade in order to do the roll. So he fails the roll. So you get a special on him. So I need special.
I can't shoot. Can I choose location?
Yes, because
no?
he's in close range. So you can.
All right, I want to choose location for my special.
Yeah.
And location, of course, will be in this case it's gonna be the head.
Yeah. What number is this for? Yeah. So special is choose location head. So I need some
damage roll.
Damage roll from you. Okay.
Jeepers creepers.
All of a sudden you hear this sort of like this gunshot from down below, and this guy here just topples backwards.
Is that the guy with the toilet roll for a head?
Yeah. He doesn't have a head at all at the moment. 16 points.
He has nothing. It's
16 points of damage actually takes it into a serious wound. So like double, it would be at -5, which is he only has 5 points in that. So he's a sort of like out of it. Io, you're doing your combat hack.
Right.
For the communications.
Ooh.
You succeed, but I fail. So you roll another 1d6 for me. Oh, getting back to those ones, Io. We're back to ones. And Newman, you're up.
Well, since it's on,
like Donkey Kong,
I guess I'm gonna try and take a shot, even though they have cover here. That's fine.
Who you're shooting at?
Well, I'm just checking my ranges really quick because my range for my shotgun is 20/100/200.
So
both of them are in middle.
Yeah. So you can only choose location if you get a crit.
Yeah. Which I'm not going to get, but I'm going to go for number 1. I'm going to go for number 1.
Just another thing that you might want to know.
Yes.
You can't fire through this hillock to hit this guy.
Oh.
Do you see?
Yes, because he's laying down.
Yeah. You can fire through the tree. So if it hits the tree, it might come through him to hit him. But this guy, you can't, if that influences your shot at all.
Yeah, it does. I want to try shooting for number 2 then.
Number 2. Okay, then. So do a 2-hit roll for me.
I like to hit trees.
That does hit. He tries to take cover and succeeds in taking cover. And his roll is higher than your roll, yeah?
Can I use a point of... No, I couldn't use a point of luck because he's already rolled home.
You can use a point of luck to re-roll mine.
I want to do that then. I'm going to give you a point of luck to re-roll.
Okay. So he'll roll it again.
Ooh,
now,
cool.
He still succeeds, but now you've got the higher roll of 23. So you actually do the damage. Okay. But you don't get a special or anything like that because he succeeded, if that makes sense. So you'll just have a hit location and damage. Yeah.
Just to clarify,
hit location is going to be right in the 6.
Yeah, go for it, Medivac.
You said you could still choose location on a critical.
Got a leg sticking out. I can get
only if it was still close range.
No. If that's what it is, then I'm more.
I thought, didn't we clarify last time that you could only use that critical if it's in close range?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Brilliant. That's even better. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
So whereabouts was you to hit 9? Sorry, 6 was it?
Yeah. hit in the left leg for 9 damage.
Okay, so that's
bloody snail.
So that's behind the tree, because if it's leg, the tree has 6 points, so it absorbs 6 points of your 9, taking it down to 3, and then he's got 4 points of armor, which then takes it down to 0. So you hit the tree, and that's nicely done. And that takes us back up to the top of the round. So this is round two, and they're going first. So we'll start from the top and work down, just because that's where I am. So this guy, number 2, will fire back at you, Newman, obviously. Their combat skill is blaster, not at stun, so these are not on stun at all. He fumbles his roll, the first one. So I've given myself a tick. What I'm going to say for that is that his gun has malfunctioned, and he can't take any other action this round. Does that make sense? Until he's reconnected the lead or whatever. So he tries to shoot, but doesn't. However, this one here pops up, Newman, because he knows where you are because of your shot, and he will try to shoot at you too. Blaster not at stun. Here it comes. He misses as well. You are so super duper lucky. We move down to the bottom half here. This guy's dead, Hammond, so he can't do anything at all.
Bummer.
This guy fires his weapon over in this direction somewhere, because he can't see you because of Minsky's tree, and there's also that. But he knows that the shot was over there somewhere, so he seems to be almost like panic firing rather than aiming, because he can't actually hit you, Hammond, from there. And that's my round all over and done with, and we're coming up to you, Minsk, on 17.
Stop firing, I'm unarmed. Why are you firing at me?
Yeah, I think it's more that you're firing.
I'm sat here, I'm unarmed, and I'm just
Are you staying in cover?
I'm staying in cover, yeah.
Okay.
They're out of my range at the moment, so.
Okay, no worries. And we're coming to you, Hammond.
Does Hammond have communication with his scout drone?
This one, yeah. It's got no orders.
Well, the communication, I just want to. Well, right now I'm just using it literally for surveillance. Is Hammond aware of the placement of number 1? Due to the visuals of his scout drone or no?
So your scout drone has a perception. If you don't know what it is, I do. It's 50%. So if you roll a percentile die, so you can ask your sense your drone to do a sweep to see whether or not they can pick up things. He's going to be pretty much in cover, by the way, because there's the tree, and it's doing its best. It's doing its best. It's having some issues with cover. Do you want to move at all, Hammond? Still have a third of your movement.
Well, that I do want to move, but I don't know. Would I know where number 1 is or not? I don't be metagaming.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Number 1 has shot, so you know that there's 2 up there, but your line of sight is actually blocked by this tree at the moment.
If I could, I'm going to try to move myself.
You got about a third of your movement.
So, I'm just going to go on this side, see if I can have any sights.
Okay. So you move over there. Io, let's have a roll from yourself. I win that, don't I?
Yeah.
So you'll take 4 points off your intelligence, so which is 16, isn't it? So that'll be down to
so it's a 12.
Yeah. That's on 13. Newman, you're up.
So question: since the number one guy missed, he didn't get the special.
Hang on, I missed the end of that.
Does that
he didn't duck back? No, he's
okay.
So both
like
of them
shotgun him.
are able to shoot at. Is that not in? It's not in short range for you, is it? No, I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean, if it's like 23.8 meters, so it's just a little bit past. It's technically in middle.
I tend to measure from center of token to center of token.
Then in that case, it is 27.1 meters, so 7 meters past.
Yeah, so you'll still be medium range. Yeah, but fire away. Fire away, fire away.
Feel more comfortable in medium range.
Oh, so close. That would have been so close, but he's got he can use his action for this round to take cover. So this is his right. So he fails. So you do hit, and you do have a special. You see, because he missed his altogether. So this time you do have a special. So you need special hit location and damage.
I would like to use duck back.
Nice.
Because I don't want to die. And my hit location is a
16. Left arm.
16.
Yeah, so 16
is right in the left arm.
Left arm. So that'll be within cover. So do some damage for me.
Eat lead.
9 points again. Yeah, so that sort of like fires out and it just sort of like hits the soil, and there's a tuft of spray as it hits the soil. You do notice that this guy doesn't even flinch, and now you duck back. So you're just completely away. I can't fire back at you.
Have I covered him in like mud?
you just
made him filthy.
He's just better camouflage now. So, and that's the end.
Didn't ruin his clothes.
Yeah, he's got a dirty face now. So we're coming back up to round 2, turn 2. So both 1 and 2 fire at your tree. Okay, they can't target you. But they can target the tree, which is providing you with cover.
See how they like it, I guess.
Yeah. So this is the first one misses.
Can't even hit a tree.
And the second one misses. They sort of like fire off, and they hit a leaf or short. That's them over and done.
The second one. His gun had malfunctioned though.
Yes,
he's missing.
He pointed the other way.
Still,
so yeah, it's number 2 who tried gun malfunction. So he's trying to jam in the cable again, and number 1 just sort of like fired off and hit random air. He probably fired at the space you were in before you ducked back. So if you hadn't ducked back, he might have hit you. And down here, Minsk, you're ducked back, aren't you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then. And yeah. Okay, then. So nobody can actually see number 3 at the moment. He's out of line of sight for everyone. So Hammond. Sorry, Minsk. Sorry. We come to you, Mr. Minks.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh. I don't want that tool. I want that tool.
Ooh. Sneaky shots coming out.
Well, is it?
What's your range categories on it?
5, I've got 5, 15, 90.
90. So you're
do-
going
we-
to be in
we don't do
medium.
90.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're going to be in medium range. So at long
Well,
range.
no, I'm out of medium range. I don't think I'll be able to get too close to him anyway.
So how much are you at the moment? 31 meters.
Yeah, and I can't move that far, can I?
No. And what's your 3 range brackets?
5, 15, and 90.
90. Okay, then. So
I'm just gonna still hunker down saying, look, I'm unarmed.
okay, you're still calling out.
Yeah, I'm being more of a decoy by shouting.
Hammond, you're up.
There's 2 things. I don't know if I'm gonna have my scout kind of go this direction so you can get a better.
Okay, so it's going to move. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't moved in that direction.
So that's his
try to
movement.
get a better perception of things.
Yeah, and what about yourself?
I was kind of looked. I think I have a direct line of sight of this guy, number 1.
Let me have.
I just splattered. I gave a little smoke signal of grasping.
Yeah.
He's going to be he's going to be harder to hit because you have to fire through this and a bit of the mound because he's actually lying down. So you can try to have a pot shot at him, but it's going to be probably formidable to hit him from that range. But you got your sniper rifle, so
yeah,
you can have a go.
It'd be formidable even from even if I move
because
a bit.
If you move up to this tree, then it would be a normal shot that is in cover.
Hold on. How far of a distance is this tree over here? I can't make that in that short amount of time. How far can we run in one turn?
You can run up to double your rate in a round. Okay, so
just before you do, you'd have to be sort of you'd have to be sort of here to get a clean shot.
Yeah, which would mean that you wouldn't be in.
Have to be where?
You have no cover whatsoever.
Yeah, you would if you move to here.
Yeah,
and sort of like crouch down, you would be able to hit him, but you would be in no cover. You would be out in the open.
I mean, you could move to there and then move back after you fired. Could you do that?
No, it's not D&D. Yeah, sorry, just to let everybody know. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'll take that. Just to let everybody know, I'm not going to allow people to use the movement to run up to people and just shoot them in the head. Does that make sense?
Dang it.
I'm not going to let that happen.
You took away my plan.
That's what Minsk. That's something that Minsk can do.
Yeah, he can try it. I think as you come out of cover, the person will probably turn around and take a shot at you if they know that you're there.
My hands up like this.
Yeah,
and then I go, let me shake your hand. We're friendly.
Yeah, that's bound to work.
This is what I'll do. I'm gonna run back to this side of the tree. Oh, hold on. I'm not doing pressing anything. Okay. This side of the tree, because I imagine number 3 is gonna be searching for me, and I'm gonna then just look at have my drone surveil and see where I can see a placement of number 3 is at, and then I'll go from there.
So you're moving over to the other side. Okay, then Io. Let's have some hack the system roll.
Yeah.
Right, I succeed with a 50. My skill is 56, so I roll with a 53. So in which case, you, Mr. or Mrs. Sorry, are taking some. You'll take 6 points of damage. Don't mess with the best. Die like the rest. Mr. Newman.
I guess I'm shooting for number 2.
Number 2, yeah. So he's got his gun out now.
Yeah.
But he can't. He can actually take cover, but he can't fire back at you.
Okay. Well, pow. 51.
Oh, that will hit, won't it? He he fails to get back into cover, so he doesn't evade the shot. So therefore, you get the special on him because he's fired, but he's still got his head and his arm open. So do hit location and damage.
Yeah, I'll do. Wait, I do. Did you said I do get my special, right?
You do, yeah, because I failed altogether.
Okay.
So you have that differential.
Yeah.
One better than me.
I'm ducking away so that I'm not going to
Got
die.
you. So you duck back afterwards. Yeah.
And I'm going for the bloody snail classic.
Right, you're going
this
for
time
its
a right
leg.
leg.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is 2. Do some
snail.
damage.
Yeah, do some damage. No, you can't yell at your shotgun.
7. So tree takes up 6 of them. One gets through, which is absorbed by his armor. Okay, this takes us up to combat round 3, turn 1. I'm going first. So both of these people they're both confined now. So you're ducked back. So they can't hit you, but they can try to hit the tree and fire at you. Let's see if they hit. He misses. He hits, actually. Let's do some damage for him and see whether or not. 6 points damage. So he whacks into the tree. The tree actually takes the hit points of damage at that point. Number 3, here opposite you, Minsk, fires. And misses the drone. Okay, he's fired at the drone, which is now out in the open. You see him take a pot shot at that.
Just a little bit. Now let's mix this up. See what God gave us.
What's that?
What?
That's not me. So he fires at the drone and misses. And that's me done. Minsky, baby, we're back to you.
So he's out. He didn't duck back into cover, did he?
Who, number 3?
Yeah.
Number 3's always not been duck. He's always taken cover.
Right. Okay.
So if you were to shoot at him now, he would roll his evade. But you would also have, if you succeeded and he failed, you would have a special. But the rest of his body is behind the tree. There's only his arm and his head that's out.
Okay. I'm going to lean, pop out my pistol, and take a shot.
Okay, go for it. No. So just
a point of luck because I'm really
you want to re-roll it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I'm actually going to say that he can't dive back into cover because up to this point, I think I'm correct in thinking that no fire has come from your direction. So he doesn't actually know. He knows roughly where you are because of your shouting, but that's it. So,
but I've got no weapons.
You need to do a hit location, and you'll have a special hit location damage. So
okay, special will be ducked back.
Yeah, nice one.
So my location is gonna be.
This is number 3. Yeah.
Abdomen.
Abdomen.
How much did you do?
My damage.
Do some damage for me.
Oh, it's 2.
Yeah, you cauterize the tree trunk.
Yeah.
Rather nicely. But yeah, he sort of like, then did you say you duck back?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, duck back.
Duck back into cover. Hammond, you're up.
All right. So now that I know where number three's at, I'm going to.
Do you want to do your drone, your surveillance on your drone first?
Which is what would be perception check?
Yeah. So so it's 50%.
All right. All right. I'll do that. Really quick. Oops, wrong thing.
Yeah, so it sort of like sends you a reading. So up on your heads-up display comes the location of the three of them. You maybe even get chances of hit probability coming up on them. This one is sort of like highly improbable. This one is highly improbable. This one, you've got to fire through this tree and a bit of this hillock, but it is possible to try to shoot him if you wish. I think you need to move up to this tree. That would give you a better shot, because then you're not firing through this tree, and then he only has that bit of cover.
But it'll take you forever to get to that tree, right?
What's your run?
I don't know.
I mean, we probably all have the same movement rate, right?
Yeah, would be.
And movement rate for me is a 6.
6, so 12. So you can start running in that direction if you wish, or you can stay.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll start running towards this tree.
Okay.
And then see if I can.
So let's say that you get halfway through there as you're moving through that. Io, let's have a.
Let's fail. All right.
Oh, and as after the perception, can I use my scout my scouter move?
You give it so you either on this time it can't move now because its action was to sense. You know, so it's done that, so you can move it out on your next turn. What was that? A fail?
I'm gonna switch it to a 49 with my luck.
Okay then, and I fail, so you need to do 1d6 damage to me.
Let's just do this.
Oh,
there we go.
Nice. That takes me down to 24.
Oh, great.
And Newman, you're ducked back at the moment.
Yeah, and I am determined to make this shotgun. I'm going to kill this tree. That's if it's the last thing I do.
Go for it.
Yeah, number 2.
So this is number 2. Yeah. That's a hit. Yeah.
Yes.
But not a crit, I don't think. Right, I miss. So you'll have, as I try to take cover, so you'll have a special hit location and damage.
Duck, and I'm getting you right in the right leg.
Right leg. Okay, then go for it. Do some damage.
Bloody snail shotgun. I have to, and. There's my. It's going down.
Fire! You just sort of like blast this hole out. This tree's likely to collapse in a minute. It's just like
falling, isn't it? It's just gonna like just topple onto the guy.
Yeah, it topples forward and kills the person who's behind the hill. Okay then. So we're back up at round 2. These two shoot in these general direction. This guy here, I'm just going to make for him a hard perception check. So this needs to be a hard. No, that's all right. He doesn't see you moving at all, Hammond, so you're fine. This guy here, sort of like, I know you've shot at him, but he can't see where that shot, because did you duck back, Minsk?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did. So he's going to shoot at the drone and misses. And that's me done. So Minsk, you're up.
Rinse and repeat. I'm going to just lean out and fire.
Okay. That's a hit.
So yeah, you're going to evade, aren't you? Sorry.
Yeah. But fails.
So same again. Duck back.
Yep.
And your location is 3, which is your
My right leg. Do some
Damage
hefty
is going to
damage.
be- Oh, bugger off.
Yeah. Really got him.
Yeah.
You've got like 2 chances to get
Got it.
past the
Nice.
tree.
Arthur, sorry, Hammond, I'm going to say that you make it to this tree with your movement. I got a funniest feeling this is going to take ages, this combat. So you could take a shot at number 1 if you wish.
I will go ahead and do that shot.
Okay.
So let's see. Come on, baby. Give me the good stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Ooh, that's nearly a
Really
crit.
So
Nearly a crit, but not quite. Here's
Do you know you can reverse it? Can you turn it upside down and make it a 6?
no.
Can I mirror this?
But you can just change it to any number you wanted. You know, actually, a hero point would allow you to change it to any number that you want. I failed my evade, so you're doing your damage. Go.
Would he even know I'm running up though? Like to
No,
evade?
he failed his.
Yeah, so he failed it in any case. So
I know.
So you'll need here. You can actually you don't have a crit though, so you can't choose location. You need.
I can't. Okay.
But you do have a special.
And you could
Why do you never go?
Because he didn't. 9's not a crit.
Oh, sorry, a proper crit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
What's
But can't
Marksman
you choose
do?
location anyway because he's got a sniper rifle and it's close range.
No, but that's what we were saying before, and you said that it needs to be a crit at close range.
No, it has to be close range to use it. To use the crit, you've got to be in close range.
Has to be within the first range bracket.
Yeah, bracket.
I don't understand the crit part.
Yeah, to use that crit, you need to be at close range.
To use that special.
Yeah, special,
That's
sorry.
special.
Right, so that's fine, because that's
Sorry.
what I thought. So yes,
yeah,
you
if
can.
it's medium and you get a crit, you can't use it.
Yeah, so you need
Got it.
you need, so when you say crit, you're meaning special.
Yes, I was, sorry.
Yeah,
So,
rather than. So yes, so you can choose location with it and then do
I wonder what location I would choose.
leg shot.
leg
No.
shot.
Take his foot off.
No, I'm going headshot because I'm going to terrorize these motherfuckers.
Okay, headshot coming off.
Let's
Damage.
see.
Head can be off.
10.
Not perfect.
Oh, now
not
he's the
perfect.
one. Is that number 1 with the combat helmet on?
Yep.
Okay, so
In the full mech armor.
yes, he has powered mech armor on with a personal force field around his head.
It's made of vibranium.
Yeah, he has Banner's shield.
Yeah.
Who's that running around out there
weird.
really fast?
That
And his car.
that will actually take him out nicely.
What?
Io,
That's crazy.
Io, you're up. Oh, a crit!
Ooh.
What does that even mean?
This is exciting. So I fail. So this time you will do maximum on the roll. So,
Okay, so 6.
you'll do 6 points of damage. Right, I only have 4 left.
What happened to the 24? No. I'm just kidding.
So it's actually, you are now in charge of their communication system. As you hack into it, there's one thing that you catch before you take control of it. They seem to be radioing back to base, and they were saying that resistance had been met at the crash site. Okay,
Futile.
and at that point, you cut off.
Okay.
You know, and then that's it. Newman.
I'm assuming I see a bit of blood and brain splatter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The friendly person here that was going to surrender.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give a smug smile of appreciation that Hammond can't even see, but he'll feel it in spirit, and I'm gonna take a shot at number 2.
Okay.
Because I can also contribute to this fight.
We'll see.
Shotgun. 73.
73.
Out of 85.
So let me take.
I think she'll get sniper rifles.
He fails. So you'll have your special hit location and damage.
Oh shit! I forgot
Duck
to do
back as
something.
usual, and a leg probably. The right leg.
See, marksman
3
would be good with some of these shots.
Only
So
if I was getting torso shots, then I could
yeah,
be like, headshot.
But
But I
that
keep
would
getting legs.
but that would increase your chance of getting a head and arm shot, wouldn't it?
I have faith in my shotgun and my ability to destroy trees.
Do,
In fact,
do
this
some
entire
damage.
time,
If this comes up as a 3.
17.
Wow.
Oh, geez, what have you been rolling before? To get, like,
Yeah.
the 3s and the 6s and stuff?
I've been
Right.
rolling a bunch of 1s. It's like 1, 1, and a 4.
Okay,
like,
then.
oh.
So this was in his right leg,
2 6s,
17.
nice.
So his right leg would be in cover. So 6 points to take it down to 11 for the tree. You blast through the tree. 11. You take it down. His armor, he has 4 points of armor, which takes it down to 7 points. So you have actually now Hammond had a headshot and took them out. You have actually fired through the tree, through his armor, and blasted his leg. Okay, so he's
Bloody
got
snail, make him crawl.
yeah, so
Yep,
he
make
needs
him
to
crawl.
make an endurance check, which he fails. He is out of it.
That was almost a
not
perfect
fun.
roll. It was 6-6-5. It was almost a
Yeah,
perfect roll.
6-6-5. I know, it's beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're coming back up to that was a good roll. I did think that you were going to do no
Okay.
damage for the rest of the
I was going
game.
to say, you restored the faith in the name.
Yeah, he's restored the faith that he can do something.
Not the sad slug.
Okay, then. So I'm going to tell you what happens at this point. And Hammond, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a shot. But you're just going to have one chance of the shot because I'm not playing the rules properly here. So what's going to happen is that number 3 is going to head off. Hammond, you picked this up from your surveillance bot, okay? And you managed to get to here as he's running away. So you now fire he doesn't have any cover or anything like that. You fire your sniper rifle at him.
Perfect. Actually, I don't want to shoot him in the head. I want to shoot him in the leg.
Go for it.
No.
Well,
I was thinking.
Well,
I
hang on.
was like,
First of all, see whether or not you hit, because if you fumble, I'm just going to laugh.
Yeah.
Please fumble.
ouch.
Please fumble.
No,
well,
I
no,
don't.
let's
I
get
don't
to
want to
Crit
fumble.
City.
Come on.
Oh, he misses.
But I will.
He
I
misses.
will use my last point of luck.
Okay, then to roll
of the
again.
night. Roll again. Okay, everyone,
I believe.
cross your legs
I'm holding my breath.
and then open them back up.
Oh! So he heads off into the swamp, ducking and diving as he goes.
Would I
you
get a shot?
say again, sorry.
Would I get a shot?
No, because it was his surveillance drone that picked it up.
Is when 2 lost his endurance roll, does that mean he's knocked out or he's dead?
No, it depends where the hit is. So if the hit is on his abdomen, chest, or head, and it's a serious wound, and he fails his endurance check, that it means that he's unconscious stroke dead. If there's a serious wound, like it would have been with the shotgun rule, his leg is completely out of it. He's literally had it, hence bloody snail, because he would be going around pulling it. He can't use it at all. It's as if somebody has just shattered the kneecap.
But
now, if he
he
gets hit in
dead
the
or
groin,
alive?
or
Hang on, I had two people talking then.
Is
Sorry,
alive, or he's unconscious basically.
He's
So
unconscious, bleeding
you
out.
Stabilize him and bring him round.
You can stabilize him with a successful first aid roll, but you won't bring him round for the number of hours it takes him to recover his hit points back.
now a little point to remember, though, if you hit him in the groin or butt, you do have to remember that he will be knocked out, but very suicidal. So keep that in mind.
That is not on my hit location table. I'm sorry.
Got it.
That is not there. So you can stabilize him, but there's no way in this amount of time that you're going to, unless, of course, you do have the option at this point to, well, you can tell me what you would like to do. Let me not give too much away. I'm really pleased, Newman, that you managed to flex your muscles at the right time. Io, you also know that the communication, was actually being relayed through something.
Okay.
It wasn't going straight to the other site. It seems that other site may be too far away, or interference or whatever seemed to be hopping off something halfway, as if there was a transmitter or something halfway, and it was bouncing off that, and then that was allowing it to be boosted to reach back at the camp. And I think I said, didn't I, that the original communication was directed at that other transponder signal.
Okay.
First of all, does anybody want to put first aid onto any of these people or not?
I think that one of the others should, so that Newman can go to the medical bay, perhaps in the ship, and try and grab like some morphine or some bandages there.
Yes.
Like if somebody can do the stabilization, maybe I can come in with some supplies if I can find any.
So yeah.
Sorry, I shot your leg off.
Okay.
Didn't realize it was there.
Super glue it shut. It's back on. Good as new.
Good as new. Let me just find. So you don't have Purdy with you, so it's going to be down to a first aid roll. I'm just trying to find my healing table to see what the first aid, because we normally don't have this issue, don't we? Because it's need that one out.
I mean, I imagine Captain was our first aid before, as in Captain Minsk was our.
I was, but I've not kept up with my first aid courses.
You're no longer qualified at all. So
or cut that registration in half.
Your first aid using bandages will stabilize a major wound, which is what he's got. And then major wounds, he will start to recover his healing rate back per month to bring it right the way back. So once he's stabilized, he won't die anymore. But it's going to take 4 months medical care to actually bring him back to operation. Same thing would be happen to you. So
but we don't want him operational, we just want him conscious.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen. Or use stun weapons.
I don't have a stun shotgun.
Clearly, if we shoot with a stun weapon, that's not going to heal him.
Yeah, you can use it for target practice if you wish. Yeah, I think the sniper rifle and the shotgun doesn't have stun rounds.
No.
There's like beanbag shots with a shotgun, right? But that wouldn't go through a bunch of cover for me.
Exactly. You wouldn't. You can do. You do
Rock
have
salt?
Io's needle gun tranks them.
And I have a taser.
Yeah. That
I thought we
would.
could set our weapons to stun as well, can't we? Our blasters.
Blasters could be set to stun at the beginning. So if you say we're firing a stun, then they don't do damage, so to speak. They build up damage, and then that knocks them unconscious after they've taken a certain amount. I think it's something like their constitution, something to do with the constitution, I think. Hang on, I'll find it. Stun. And stim packs. I'm working on stim packs, by the way, as well. So
Cool.
you can start buying them and using them. I've got some ideas what they could be used for. So I think one of the things, it'll act very much like Bartleby's Vigor spell. So a level 1 stun pack will remove 1 level of fatigue. But I am going to use the Shadowrun idea that they are addictive.
Well, yeah.
That's a very good call.
Yeah, so if you do use them, then there is a possibility. So you can check.
Hammond will love them because they make him feel young and vitral.
Exactly. Roll damage at normal, but damage is done to a conflict pool of the average of the constitution and size. So, and then when the conflict pool reaches 0, the character falls unconscious and takes 1d4 hit points damage in a random location.
I can imagine Hammond in years to come saying, "Hey mate, can you give me a stim and I'll put in my pants for you?"
Yeah. I think the other thing that I might do is change. I'm not too sure whether or not I like the range on these maps at the moment, but I'll look at that later. Okay, yeah, so you've got some people here. Is there anything that you would like to do with the dead bodies that you have?
Maybe search them for any identification or any idea or any documentation to find out where they've come from.
Yes.
And maybe give IO the comms.
Yeah, so you don't need to have any roles for this. This is quite easy to find. The first thing is that they have no personal identification on. They're wearing no tags. They don't have any transponders. You can read their metric signs, but you have nothing to compare them with. You do notice from the general persona how they've moved, etc., is that you believe them to be military of some description. They don't look like civilians. You do notice on the 3 bodies that under various patches of armor, you see that their jumpsuits have the same emblem on, and which appears to be almost like an old-fashioned sailing ship, but without the sail on. That's the best way to describe it. But it's very characterized. It's not an exact picture, but it just looks like a sailing ship with the 3 masts, but no sails on. And you notice that all 3 of them have this same emblem on them. So it looks like they were probably part of a same crew or something like that. Io, you've also got a direction of the halfway point and where they were going to, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll relay that, of course.
I'm going to radio to Io that I've got some pads as well for her to look at.
Oh, the personal data pads, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to put the bodies inside the ship or anything?
No.
Just leave them out.
No, we should mock them up.
You think, Io, you figured the the actual final place of the site, not the halfway, the final part is probably a day's march through the swamp in that direction. So you do figure that these people have been walking quite a while and would probably be arriving here either, late afternoon, evening time to actually get to this point. You do get the feeling that they knew where they were going. And I think somebody mentioned something about the cargo area, which seems to make sense.
Yeah,
they're coming back for supplies or on patrol.
Well, you get the rest of the supplies, aren't they?
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably seems the.
They weren't expecting resistance either because they already have the people, or this was empty when they came upon it.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't think they were expecting anybody to be here.
Which is nice because then they don't know we've landed.
And if
They do now,
if those
they do now.
if those shots if those shots came from them and the people on the inside said we're unarmed and they actually gave up and came out, they wouldn't have any blaster fire coming out from inside the ship. So they could have the crew that we're looking for.
Well, maybe they got them to come out and then shot the panel so it wouldn't close again.
Yeah.
It's possible. All those are possible answers. Major question is what's going to be your next plan? Remember that your areas of success for the mission, you've probably located where the ship is.
Yeah.
And you've recorded enough information to prove that. You haven't yet loaded any
find the people.
Yeah, at all.
Right.
So the best idea. Were you able to monitor where our friend ran to?
Yes, I have a halfway point in which the comms are being relayed, and I have the final point in which identifies as the other transponder beacon that we were noticing.
Yeah.
And is about a day's march to the east. So it would take them about a full day's walk to get here, or I don't know how one could run through the swamp, but
no, because this is different. Wasn't there a check we had to make after being down here so long?
Yeah, fatigue check.
Yes, as you walk through the swamp, if it was normal ground, you would that'll be fine. You wouldn't have to make. But on this one, because you're going through the swamp, then every hour you take an endurance. So basically, it's you would probably
24 endurance checks.
You would probably keep moving until somebody failed their endurance. I mean, that would give them one level of fatigue. So the first level of fatigue is winded, and you don't really take a lot of negatives for that. But the next one up is when things start to become hard and things like that.
Yeah, but then it's harder to get rid of the fatigue the higher it gets.
It's totally yeah.
Our options are return back to the ship, or go to the relay point, or start heading towards the final destination.
Could we
fly?
I'm going to roller coaster.
Yeah, could we use our ship to fly closer to the replay?
Well, good thinking. Yes, we need to. If we could unlock it, we could fly it, because as long as it's stay below the cloud, we're fine, aren't we? And that's the problem. We came through the cloud cover straight into forest.
Yes. So I think that'll be the better option, because if we do a full day march, he's going to get there before us. But if we debug and make it so we can actually get out, then maybe we can make it there before he does, and we could have the surprise on our end.
Well, he's already warned them, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Did anybody manage to hit him?
Well, probably.
So no.
Maybe, I don't know.
Captain?
Possibly. I was fired at them, so.
Just to remind you, if you take the ship's boat close to that site to land it, then that is going to give a very big warning as well.
Yeah, but we, at least we could like maybe get closer and then start marching from there.
That would
maybe we can find a nice place to hide it.
Yeah, that
way
would be a halfway point. You would have to do your normal navigation roll to actually land it again.
Maybe take out the transponder at the halfway point.
It'd be the actual size of the ship's boat that would be the issue, because it actually goes through atmosphere as well. So it's quite a chunky thing. You could take out the transponder. That would take electronics roll.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll take out the transponder.
So what that would mean, if you take the transporter out of the ship's boat, what it means is that it still can be picked up on sensors. It doesn't broadcast what it is.
No, sorry, I made my I said that completely wrong. What I was going to do, the halfway point to take out the beacon that's there. Rather, I call it a transponder.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
The relay point.
Relay. Sorry, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so is the plan therefore to take the ship's boat, go halfway to try to find this relay, what it was relaying off, and then landing it and then trying to take out this relay so you're closer to the camp, but you'll be far enough away not to be seen? Is that the general plan?
I personally think that's a good idea, because I'm not walking through this swamp for a day.
Okay, so
the relay was a day away, and the
half a day, wasn't it?
Was a half day. Okay.
Yeah, it's roughly about halfway, but you're not too sure what it is. You don't think it could be a satellite, because that would have to be above the atmosphere. So it's something actually below the level of the electrical storms. But whether or not it's something on the ground or a surveillance drone in the air or something, but that'll give you'll be able to relate the coordinates to you, Minsk, so you land in the roughly the area of that. Okay, so let's just get that part over with in the 1 minute that we got left, and then we can start the next time actually in that location. So first things first, Minsk, you need to roll for me a hard pilot skill to come out, which you successfully do. You take it up and you do start to fly over the actual cover, the actual swamp. You do, before you get halfway.
I was going to say, while we're going there, can I have either IO or Hammond checking on sensors to see if you can spot this guy running back?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Sorry. Before you get sort of like halfway, as you're flying over the top of the swamp and the trees, etc., you do see the guy. He seems to be running in a strange fashion. He doesn't seem to be running in a direct line. He seems to be almost like zigzagging at times. It's as if he's following like an unseen path. It could be possible that he's got it on a heads-up display.
Is he doing random footsteps so he doesn't attract the worms?
Yeah. No. So it's almost as if he seems to know the way. So before you land again, and we'll leave it here because it's a minute past, the idea is, do you wish to take out this person? Do you wish to land near this person? Or what would you like to do?
We're going to hover just above him, and then Hammond.
You can drop Hammond out, and that would hit him.
Newman's going to push the cooker out.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. So we'll say that you're up in your ship's boat, you're heading towards that central beacon part, but about 20 minutes in, you see this person. You get the idea that he knows a route through the swamp.
Does the boat have a gun?
No. Unfortunately.
Hang Hammond out the door,
have
aren't
a
we?
gun. It has a Newman.
Yes, it does have
yeah.
a Newman. You can abseil down.
Swing and shoot.
That would be fun. That would be an athletics roll to abseil down or shoot. So you can think about that for next time. We'll leave it there.
We'll discuss.
Well done. You didn't get to my favorite bit, by the way, but never mind. I'm keeping it for next time.
That was IO's fault.
Well, I actually thought Hammond was going to take this guy out. I really did think he was just going to shoot him in the head.
Let he runs.
Yeah. I'm pleased that Newman's shotgun ended up coming back and doing what it needed to do, which is brilliant as well. Okay, everybody who's watching, thank you so much for coming along tonight. We will come back next week to finish, or the next time we play. We'll start it off with the party in the ship's boat, hovering above the swamp, following this guy who's running, obviously, for his life at the moment. We'll see how nice and friendly the party is. Mr. Pickles, anything that you would like to say before we sign off?
I guess I have a podcast to plug. Yeah, it's called And I Took That Personally, Apple and Spotify podcasts. Myself and my friend talking about movies, and the next one might be us attacking comedies from the early 2000s.
Oh, that's a change.
Is that like American Pie and that sort of thing?
Yeah, like attacking those kind of comedies.
I don't know how I feel about you actually talking about movies I've actually seen. I don't know if I feel good about that.
It might make you feel a little uncomfortable.
We can discuss it next time we see it.
You're like, oh, now I actually know what you're talking about. Instead of just random French cartoons from the 30s.
Ouch. Ouch.
Medivac 2000s.
Medivac, stop this domestic by telling them where they can find you.
Sunday nights, you'll see us wading through Baldur's Gate 3 as our little party trundles on.
Nice.
On Monday night, normally it would be Call of Cthulhu, but we're taking a break until September, 11th of September, I think it is, due to work issues. Thursday night is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We're back in the watch almost.
Oh,
or as some people like to say, there's been another murder.
With that accent as well, I love that.
Murder. Well, it's the one last week was, or the week before, so it was, there's been a murder, which is Taggart, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is. Yeah.
So
haven't heard Taggart for ages. Brilliant.
So yeah, which is that's our Thursday night. Starts 7:30 onwards.
Excellent.
Much fun is had.
Tickety Tex.
I'm Tickety Tex. My streaming schedule is very random and whenever I feel like it. But you can find me there on Twitch. Last I was playing the new DLC for a game called The Way of the Hunter. It's in Africa. It's basically a walking simulator with guns.
Is that what Chuggerwugger used to play?
No, he plays Call of the Wild.
Oh,
Way of the Hunter is new. And it has a bit more of a realistic feel and less of an arcade feel.
Nice.
So
nice. Total immersion, it sounds like.
It's a lot more of walking and sometimes fighting prey as opposed to Call of the Wild, where it's abundant, it's everywhere. It's so easy to find something to shoot in that game.
Got you. And finally, Captain Kangaroo.
Hey guys, I'm going to be starting a stream. I'm going to be a self-help guru. See if I can get really successful. I think if I'm able to convince enough people, I might be able to start my own cult. But don't worry, it won't be one of those cults that demand all of your money. It will be like, honestly, if you want a refund, I'll give you a post-aid check and you get a free little container of Kool-Aid as well. It's delicious Kool-Aid. It's really to die for.
Excellent.
So make sure you drink that before you go to the bank. And then that would be it.
I'm just completely lost. I have no idea what's going on. So I would just say thank you so much for coming along. I will be streaming 9 o'clock tomorrow morning if I wake up in time with some Minecraft, and then 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon with some Elder Scrolls Online. So do come and say it's Capture the Relic, Chaos Ball weekend. So I'll definitely be out in the battleground. Until then, thank you for all your support. We really do appreciate it. And thank you for coming along. And thank you to the players as well. And we'll see you all next time. See you later. Say goodbye, people.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.